The fallout from the Brexit vote could reach all the way to your liquor cabinet. I better have your attention now. Scotland voted overwhelmingly to stay in the European Union, but they could be forced out.
A quadruple homicide rocking southeast Travis County this morning.
And it turns out, Chris, this isn't the first time we've seen this type of crime.
Our Fred gone through live with a similar crime that happened nearly a decade ago.
Breaking overnight, a bar fight ends with gunshots and 2 people taken to the hospital. Police tell us a fight broke out at Midtown Live Sports Cafe. 2 men were asked to leave and they took their fight out into the parking lot. One tried to run over the other, then a third person came out and fired gunshots. You're taking a live look right now at the UT Tower, lit up in burnt orange to celebrate the Longhorn victory over Notre Dame. A big win to start the season for the UT head coach Charlie Strong, who's been under scrutiny after 2 losing seasons. The 50-47 victory over Notre Dame could revitalize the Longhorn program.
Strong's new quarterback and offense showed their strength.
And Deborah, one last question. We've had several fires overnight here caused by fireworks. Is there a safe distance you need to keep in mind between you and a building nearby if you are going to set these off?
It's plastic, folks.
Or if you want to be creative, I used to use trash bags when I was in college.
Easy.
We took those from the door.
That is easy.
Texas family blames light-up sneakers for a fire inside their SUV, but fire investigators say the shoes aren't to blame. The fire in the back seat burned a hole through the floor, melted the passenger seat, and destroyed the shoes. Police responded to the robbery around 1:30 this morning on Simon Avenue. That's near the Thinkery. The suspect took the victim's keys and phone, but dropped both while running away. This morning, the White House is still trying to figure out if North Korea conducted its 5th and largest nuclear test. Overnight, the country claimed to have successfully tested a nuclear warhead that could be mounted on ballistic rockets. A group of Central Texans band together to put their pool contractor behind bars. This year alone, scammers have ripped off more than $700,000 from people here in the Austin area.
I like that everybody's getting exercise, getting outside.
And it's families, too. Families are doing it, so it's not necessarily just people wandering around by themselves. A lot of people talking about Melania Trump's speech, and that's because many are saying it sounds a lot like Michelle Obama's speech at the 2008 Democratic National Convention. Take a listen. Up first, we have Melania's speech from last night. We now know 2 separate shootings caused the chaotic scene. Right now, Endicott McCrae is wanted for the murder in the deadly shooting on 6th Street. Police do say he may be armed. Kim Kardashian gets involved, and this is probably what Taylor Swift is looking like this morning. On the agenda, the proposed mobility bond for the November ballot. The City Council in June gave the green light for a $720 million bond package to go before voters in November. She was saying she wants to do such simple things that we take for granted, like writing, throwing a ball, things that, other little children get to do, and unfortunately.
It's just weird to think now that we have the technology.
The dangerous encounters left a 2-year-old dead, 10 people rescued, and 3 people pulled from a crashed airplane, all in separate incidents on the water. This morning, we're getting a new look at the crashed biplane while it was underwater off the shore of Bob Wentz Park. 3 people were on board when it hit the water Saturday. We now know the man charged with shooting 2 Odessa police officers this week has a criminal history right here in Central Texas. This morning, the family of a teenage girl is suing her former pastor for sexual assault. Police say Henry McGee had a sexual relationship with the 13-year-old for more than a year. Also buzzing this morning, an unlikely love story. Daisy the Frenchie and Frank the fish. Take a look at your screen right now. Daisy is a French bulldog who loves Frank the koi fish. It makes you wonder who's behind all those Twitter accounts that you follow. This investigation continues tonight at 10 with a look at why the pool building industry is virtually unregulated. What a game and what a way to kick off the season for the Texas Longhorns. UT pulls off the upset over Notre Dame in double overtime to open the season last night. Tyrone swoops from 6 yards out, dives in for the game-winning touchdown. 50-47 was the final score. An autopsy is expected today on the former Marine who killed 3 law enforcement officers in Baton Rouge. As you're waking up this morning, a judge dismisses a ticket against a woman who hit an Austin police officer during a funeral procession. Ana Maria Prado was ticketed September 1st for failure to yield to an emergency vehicle. She hit Officer Amir Abdul Khalik when she turned in front of him. He died from his injuries a few days later.